I'm Marie Battistone, and I recently showed you how to make a spring scarf. And today I'm going to show you how to alter a summer that is sleeveless blouse. I find that a lot of these blouses, you know, if you don't want a sleeveless blouse to be cutting you under here, but on the other hand, if it's too low, you know, your bra will show and it just kind of puckers out and not good. Now, the right way to actually alter a large sleeve that's too big is to pick it up from here. Pick it up from here on both sides. But when you do that, as you can see, there's a lot going on there. You've got to make the new seam. You've got to change the facing here. In this case, there's a facing. So when you pull this, when you bring this up like this, you know, it's somebody has to do it, but you have to either be on a sewing machine or somebody's got to do it for you. So and yes, this is my garment. It's a little big on me now, but I do step out occasionally. So I had altered this one, and this is what I did. It's very, very simple. And I just simply gathered this area under the armhole. Oh, there's Christina on the job. Now you may say, well, gee, can't people see that? Well, I mean, possibly. You know, there was a deodorant commercial a long time ago, and it said, "Raise your hands if it was Sure deodorant, and raise your hands if you're sure," and people. But most of the time, you're probably not going to be with your arm up, and then it would have to be somebody there to see this. So I'm going to show you on this blouse here, and it's not so hard to do. It's something that I don't think people really would think of. I certainly didn't think of it for a long time. And you know what people might tend to want to do is just say, well, okay, I'm just going to do this. Okay, but then you've got this bunchy thing here. Again, you would need this loop. Again, you would need, see what's what I just did that little tuck, but you know, then you're going to need to run a seam down. So I'm using black thread here so you can see it, and I'm going to start. I guess I'm going to start back here. You'll have to kind of see how much you need to take, and you can't really go too much. I'm going to say maybe a couple of inches beyond the seam. So I'm going to go in here, and I'll go on the wrong side, of course, and I'm going to anchor this. I'm going to anchor this by just, this is kind of stiff, by just taking, oh boy, my goodness, taking some stitches here. Now I need a smaller needle is what I need, but we'll get through this demonstration. And so I'm just, I don't know. You know, sometimes people put a little wax on the needle. It helps it goes through faster. So I'm going to just anchor this and take this through. Gee, this is like a fiasco, isn't it? And I don't like to use thimbles. I find them uncomfortable. So, okay, in an optimal situation, you would do this more, but I'm having so much trouble with this needle going through this cotton fabric. And you know, I mean, you could also, you know, you could also do it up this way if you wanted, but you need to have several passes here so that this is, with of course matching thread, so that this will stay. And then, you know what I'm going to do for the sake of convenience? This is, let's see. Okay. Oh, maybe we can do this. Okay. So I'm just going to gather this. I'm going to push this through. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see we're sort of live here. So I'm going to just drop this down to here. If you remember on this one, this was much softer. So I went right through the facing. This is the facing here. So since this is so tight for some reason, I'm going to go down below, and it's the same thing. It's just that you would want a smaller needle, and you know what, this needle's a little bit rough too. So I'm going to go under here, and I'm just going to go in and out and gather this and go right across. And I'm just going to skip this. Normally, well, let me see. I think I can. Well, no, it's very thick there. Okay, so I'm just going to skip that little seam, and so I'm going to go a little further. Oh, sorry, goodness. Okay, and, all right, okay. Now, okay, so there I am. There it is, and I'm going to just pull this up. Now, this is going to make sort of a ruffle here because I'm doing it down below. But as you can see, the fabric itself is pretty soft. So now I've got this, and then I'm going to stabilize this, hold this, and take some more of those stitches over here to anchor it. So again, just to repeat for the third or fourth time, you should be doing this right along the top of the edge. But I didn't want to have to get. I've got another needle here with me, but sometimes it takes a while to thread a needle, and I didn't want my ace camera woman to spend any more time here. And you know, of course, you get the idea, and you'll see. So you'll see this over here, and that's what you'll see underneath. But believe me, even though you may not care for the way that looks, it's a lot better than going to a tailor and paying at least $20 to have the sleeve reset. So, and I'm going to show you again on the one that I had already done, so again that you get that idea. I'm kind of sorry about having to do this like this, but that's what, and that's it. And then you just anchor this, and you go through, and you're going to put your knot in there, which is this. Just take this like this, and even again, and it pulls right down, and you cut it. And so as you can see, I mean, you've taken in you've taken in a good bit of gap that was in there. And and again on this one, I mean, this I can't even feel this when I have this done. I could have probably even done. See, actually, this is kind of thick, but it's soft because this is all knit. So I don't feel this at all. When I have this on, and it brings it in just a little bit. Here's the other side. Yeah, and that one's gathered a little more. I probably should have done the other one a little tighter. But so it's and there it is, and it does help, and it does bring it. It just smooths it. It brings it in here, so you don't have your bra's not showing, and you've got a little bit of smoothness here at the bust line, which is where you want it. So thank you for watching. I hope this was of some use to you. When if you have another sleeveless blouse that's bothering you, that you don't like the sleeves, the armholes are too big. I'm Marie Battistone. You've been watching Norfolk Public Access. I want to thank my camera woman, Christina Gleason, for the always great job that she does, and my helper there in the studio, Chris Lawn. So thanks for watching.